What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another GROK update. Today is December 21st. It is 11:51 p.m. on the West Coast. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, so please do not make investments based on what I say in these videos. So I'm going to talk about trading psychology. All right. So it has not been fun to see red on your phone the past couple of weeks, to see that you are in a loss, you are in deficit, you feel a sense of scarcity, and doubt and worry might be consuming you. And so when you are coming from a paradigm of scarcity, your glasses are not rose tinted, they're gray. So everything around you, everything that you see, everything that you're experiencing is through a lens of lack. And all of us feel like this. So you'll hear a lot of people say, like, be emotionless in trading. It's not real. When you lose money, it doesn't feel good. When you make money, it feels good. Like, think about a time you made a whole bunch of cash, like, out of nowhere, like you didn't expect it. How did you act the next couple of days? You were friendly with everyone you came across. That's how everyone is. All right. So it doesn't feel good to see the price going down. Now that is where conviction comes in. My conviction is just as high as when I discovered GROK on day 5, a month or however long ago. But that's me personally. And I know everyone comes from a different financial situation and they have different goals. And maybe you're just looking for a quick flip and you didn't get it. Or maybe you need money to buy Christmas presents. I totally understand, like, do your thing. But me personally, I recognize this opportunity does not come around very often. This is a once in a never opportunity. And that's how I see it. So that is where my conviction is. And that conviction is built upon a foundation of experience. I've seen how things can trend and just become unstoppable. I've been in the middle of a financial revolution before. So I have a frame of reference that I can draw from and be like, oh yeah, this reminds me of that. And this reminds me of that. Oh yeah, this happened. And so it's like, you can almost predict the future if you have that type of experience. And so, yeah, GROK is down, I don't know, what percent is this? From like 3 cents to 0.006. It's down like 80%. All right, cool. Like, that's my reaction. Cool. Because I have a vision for the future and it's greater than what the chart is showing me right now. Now that's me personally. So you have to have your own conviction. You have to have your own opinion on what's going on. All right. So in the past couple of videos, I was pointing out an inverse head and shoulders that turned out to not play out the way that I thought it would. Right now, it's looking like a double bottom. And so that inverse head and shoulders, I mean, it was clear as day. Like any TA, any technical analyst would have said the same thing, but it didn't play out. You had another one over here, but that was when the second X account went down. By the way, the X account is going to be, the situation with the X account is going to be resolved soon. I know people don't like hearing the word soon, but I don't have any more details than that. I'm just in the Telegram, just like all of you guys. So GROK is looking like it's making a double bottom. It's not going lower than 0.006. All right. So you had this low right here, came up to the neckline. The neckline is still, with the inverse head and shoulders I was talking about, it's still 0.009. All right. Now here is the second bottom. We're currently at it right now. This is the 4-hour chart. So because this right shoulder was breached to the downside, that invalidated that inverse head and shoulders. So now, to me, unless something changes, it's a double bottom. If 0.006 fell through, then it wouldn't be that. It would just be a downtrend. It would be a continuation of a downtrend. And at that point, I don't know, I'd figure out what I was going to do next. I would still hold personally, but I would just look at the chart from a different perspective and see what it's trying to tell me. But in any case, right now, it's looking like this is just a big double bottom. So enough with the chart. I want to talk about HTX, Huobi Global. They have tweeted either directly about GROK, or they've included like the little GROK robot on their rocket ship over a dozen times across multiple social media accounts, probably way more than that. But just think about the last time you saw a tier 1 exchange that does over $1 billion in trading volume every 24 hours promoting a meme coin like that. Think about the last time you saw a company of that stature promoting a meme coin. Just think about that. And you got to realize they're not a small entity, and their reputation doesn't matter. That's like a large company. That's a really large company, and they have a reputation that enters the room before they do. All right. So I'm aware of that. I don't know if you guys are aware of like how big of a deal that is for a corporation of that size to continually, it's like every other day, promote this cryptocurrency, which is only at like $45 million market cap. Like, why would they not promote another one of, you know, like $1 billion market cap? Like one that's more obvious on the chart. It's because they can see, they have a vision for this, and they understand it's the perfect narrative. So that's just how I see things, man. It's obvious that I have 100% conviction. If you don't, that's okay. It's perfectly cool. Like, investing is an individual sport, right? We are by ourselves in this game. But I just love the GROK community, man. I really do. Like, I just feel thankful to be a part of it. And like, I'm just like honored to be able to document the journey in any way, shape, or form. All right. So that's my thoughts currently. I think it's not, I don't even want to call it a comeback, but like, I think GROK is going to go so fucking high that like people are going to talk about it for a very long time, like years down the road. And that's just personally how I view it. So, what else was I going to talk about? A viewer emailed me and he wanted me to talk about fundamental analysis. So I'm going to go over that like pretty briefly because that's not my strong suit. My strong suit is marking up charts, and like recognizing trends and, virality and that type of stuff. So fundamental analysis is the tokenomics, the dev, the team, the crypto contract itself, the narrative. So it's looking at the cryptocurrency from like a holistic view, you know, what, like how many coins do the top 10 holders have? If you have like the top 10 holders and they're holding like 20% of the token, like that's not good. You want as much of an even distribution as possible. You don't want like a few people holding huge bags, because when they sell, it's going to destroy the chart. So that's one thing, distribution of the token. If you know who the dev is, they're not always doxed, but if you know, you can look into their background, see if they've been successful. If it's completely anonymous, then you just have to look at the community, because like GROK is completely 100% community driven. And like, just go in their Telegram for 3 minutes and you'll realize like it's the strongest community out. And it's been like that for over a month straight. Like literally the voice chat doesn't go down. They're always in the voice chat, whether they're cracking jokes or like being informative or giving updates. They're always in there. So that's another thing, like gauge how strong the community is and how resilient it is. The narrative like this is attached to AI. It's attached to Elon Musk. Like just being mindful of the general scope of it. And as you research more and more, you'll get like a good feel. And also like, I mean, follow the volume. If there's huge volume on something, like that's probably your number one indicator, at least from a technical standpoint, that it's going to have a good future. And GROK had like extreme volume out the gates. That was one of the few things that tipped me off to it. And then it was the community. And then it was like, oh, dude, this narrative is like, it's perfect. It's like one of those things that just like it lined up on all cylinders, you know? Yeah, look at buy, sell tax. Look at if it's a honeypot. Check out the DEX score. You can run it through like tokensniffer.com. There's all these like auditory websites that will help you out. DEX Screener is another one. You can filter them by like all these different parameters, but that's as much as I'm going to go over for fundamental analysis. Because again, like I'm not a cryptocurrency professional at all. I just recognize when things are about to explode. That's like all I did with GROK. And that's what over 16,000 other people did as well. And then the other thing was risk management. So that's personal from like each person to another. Everybody has like different risk tolerance. Me, I have extremely high risk tolerance. But that just comes from a background of like day trading options and like options that expire same day, like, you know, a bit of like gambling really. So that's me personally. Like I have extremely high risk tolerance because of like my background, and I used to leverage trade crypto a lot and leverage trade Forex and like day trade options. I used to run an options Discord where we would be in there bell to bell, like calling out plays, like, so yeah, I've like, my risk tolerance is extremely high, but not everybody is like that. So you got to figure out what yours is. So like whatever your bankroll is, that's what we call it in options trading, your portfolio, like the amount of cash that you've allocated for trading. Like, first of all, you got to quantify that. All right. So that's X. And then every day, how much are you willing to risk? Are you willing to risk 1%, 5%, 10%? And again, that goes back to your risk tolerance. So somebody like me, like when I was trading options, I mean, I wouldn't mind risking like 20% of my portfolio, which is pretty extreme. But again, it's all personal, like whatever works for you. So you got to figure out, okay, how much have I set aside for this that like it won't mess up my life if I lose it? Definitely. You still want to pay for rent and like to feed your family and all that stuff. And then how much are you willing to risk? How much would you not miss if you lost it every 24 hours? And then you just never break that. Like you got to be completely disciplined. If you're undisciplined in like life in general, you're probably going to lose a lot of money in trading of any sort of commodity. I'm enjoying this talk because this is the truth, man. People don't tell you this stuff on crypto. Like there's a lot of euphoria. Like right now it's really popular to trade shit coins on Solana, and like it looks like everybody's making so much money. They're not. Like only like, I don't know, a small percentage of those guys are actually making money, and the rest are losing their exit liquidity. So that's like the reality of it. Yeah, man, for like every winner of the trade, there's a loser. Like who do you think is buying when you're selling? So when you're selling high, who do you think is buying up there? Somebody else, right? There's a buyer and a seller for every transaction. So when you win, somebody else loses. It's a zero-sum game. So make your plan and do not fluctuate from that. Do not deviate from that. That's like, man, if you can just stay disciplined and follow your rules no matter what, it's likely you'll be successful. The guys that lose, which is the majority of people in any trading, they're undisciplined, they can't even follow the rules that they set. And like the rules that you set, like, oh, I'm going to risk 1%, I'm going to risk 5%, whatever it is, that is irrelevant if you are not disciplined. It doesn't matter. You could risk 99%, but if you're disciplined and you follow your risk to reward, okay, I can stand to lose X amount, but the reward is going to be 2 times that, or 3 times that, or 5 times that, whatever it is. You got to know that with each trade. And you got to know your take profit and your stop. That's your risk reward. Your take profit and your stop loss before you enter each trade. And so, like, write this stuff down. Have a trading journal. Like, you just got to figure out the what, who, why, when, and where of your trading. You got to figure out your rules. And then you just stick to it like it's the Bible. Like, you gotta be religious about it. All right. Love you guys so much. I think GROK is going so much fucking higher. Peace.